Hi everybody, welcome to Whiskey Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Deepa.
And we haven't had a whiskey all week because we weren't here on Thursday.
I'm looking forward.
So in 1 hour is going to be the main show. This is just to get set up. Because when we do a big blind taste like this, it takes us, we need an hour for homework. So what are we doing? Springbank just arrived in the US, the local barley for 2020, and you can probably tell that is a very dark color compared to, let's see, here's a normal looking Springbank. You can see the color difference. The thing is, the price has gone absolutely bonkers. And I think it's the delusion of colour. I call it the colour delusion because when the same thing happened with the Kilkerran 8. Now, we personally tend to prefer the ex-bourbon Kilkerran. Nice and pale. And we didn't really like the Kilkerran 8 that much because the sherry just overpowers everything. Anyway, I was still pleased to get one because we are Springbank Local barley fans. But when I saw on an auction, I'm looking at it right now, current bid £320 in the UK or $450. That's over a $500 bottle at 10 years old. And you know, people just aren't going to open them. They're going to flood the auctions next month. And I hope the prices stay down so that people can actually get to taste it. And again, I've said it before, it's so annoying. If Springbank sells this bottle for £100, they only get 25 of that. The rest is taxes. And then the next week it's on an auction for 300. What can we do? Anyway, we are going to sacrifice ourselves for your benefit by drinking this Springbank so that you will know how good it is. But what are we going to compare it to? Because at those prices, that's more expensive than our 23-year-old Ben Nevis sherry matured whiskey, which is our current #1. And we've got local barley somewhere, it's still top shelf, but I don't think it's going to beat that. We'll have to compare in some way. So we put the message up, and thanks to all the comments, of what should we compare it to. And so we have decided to go with, okay, ignore the percentage. We got a sample of the Kilkerran 8 Oloroso. Actually, we'd shared it all out, and one of our friends, Sean, locally, donated his sample back for today. So that's good. So we're going to compare to the Kilkerran 8, which was half the price if you could buy it. We're going to compare to Springbank 12 cask strength, also half the price. This is the 2018 version, which is the highest sherry one we have. I think it's 65-70% sherry.
Wow, that's a kind of different.
The comments also said, do you have an Edradour single cask sherry? And it turned out we had a 65ml sample, and this bottle just represents that it was a Signatory. I don't know the exact details, but there's an Edradour in. Might be a mistake if the peat is obvious, but Longrow 14 heavily sherried or fully sherried matured as well. And again, more like $120 for us. And then Deanston 20 Oloroso, 55.5%. These are all mid 50s to higher 50 ABV, so that should all fit. What about a 20-year-old, which again is cheaper? And how will that compare? So that's what we're going to do. Now, out of these, the only one we've actually tasted is the Kilkerran 8.
These are certainly the bandits.
These are actually all, that one, not that one. These are in the blind tasting, so we're cheating a little bit for the sake of the fun of this blind. Now, how are we going to do it? Let's put these bottles to the side. Put them over there. Make a little bit of space. So you'll keep the Kilkerran up. So at least you can kind of see what we're doing. So what we're going to do, I have filled up 6 sample bottles. And we have our spy cam working. Look. Get the thumbs up going. And on the bottom of each of these, we have, so for example, here we go. This is Kilkerran 8. Now, when we do the live show, you'll be able to see what it is, but we'll have to not look, right? So I'll have to position things so we don't look. For now, what we're going to do, though, is put these little covers back on. Oh, Soren! Thank you very much. Let's get some coins while we're at it, eh? There we go. What a lineup, Phil. You really spoil us. Well, we spoil ourselves. I'm drooling, literally. Thank you very much. Now, what we're going to do is shuffle our little bottles here. And that's okay. We'll get that in a minute. Now, we've, just for the sake of us not losing track on the back of our bottles, glass to bottle, I'm just going to number them now. So just pick one at random. Okay, this will be number 1. Number 2. Oh, where's that? Put it in that slot. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. Right. We have our dark glasses so that we don't know. I think we should pour them, and pour about half. Off you go. Pour number 1 in number 1. And then we'll jump into the chat in a second. Let's see how much we're going to get. A bit more. Actually, I'll pour them so I pour the same amount each time. So, are you excited? Are you excited? So say something then.
So I've been on a whiskey fast.
You've been on a whiskey fast?
For all week.
Well, that's good.
But I was busy because other stuff again. I knew I would get back to it.
What do you think about heavily sherried whiskies?
No, I don't mind because I like sweet and like some of the sherries.
Well, our top 10 whiskies, actually there's the Highland Park and the Ben Nevis are both, they're both sherried whiskies.
But I think a touch of sherry, it gives more comeback.
Yeah, having a touch of sherry, but having absolute mega overblasting sherry, not so much. Right, let me see how much is in that one. And then we will...
I don't know about that, right with the overcoat.
No, these aren't sherry overcoats. A sherry overcoat is when you take something that's maybe an ex-bourbon and it's not that good, and then you try to spice it up with a bit of sherry. So, should we have a quick nose? Wow. Wow. Oh, quite different then. Quite different.
Very different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, wow. They are very different stock.
Definitely picked up some more funkiness in some and more kind of brighter fruit notes in the others.
Many flips.
So, let me check that we've done everything poured, right? So, let me jump into the chat because we are more or less going to leave at this point so that we can do our homework, get our notes ready for the 1 o'clock show. But let's see how everyone is doing. Clear the space. Let's see who is in. Tim's in. Falsgraph. Molasses. Doug Petty. Good to see you all. Any messages? Let's see. Matthews is in. Petered saying hello. Molasses. That's insane. I think trying to drink all of these samples could be an issue. Ben Demon Hunter. Beyond insane. Oh, you're talking about the price, right? Yeah, it is totally stupid. Looking forward to that Edradour tonight. Yeah, I think it's a high ABV one. The 59% is the one that we have. Teddy, your selection seems spot on to me. Oh, thanks, Teddy. We got some good tips from the comments. I hadn't considered Edradour. I knew we didn't have the Kilkerran 8 anymore. But so many people were asking for it that Sean actually saw the comments and chipped in saying he could bring one over. Longrow 14 is the perfect pick for a dirty sherry monster. Well, you know, I don't know how smoky the new local barley is. I'm sure the Longrow is probably smokier, but with this heavy sherry influence, it can get buried, can't it? So I'm hoping it's not obvious which one is the most smoky. Let's see. False graph. Teddy's absolutely right. I like it. I understand the Longrow, even if I voted to throw it out. Yeah, that's funny. Michael Easton. Hey, Michael. How you doing? Are you out in the snow today?
Me.
Teddy KGB. The old Deanston 10 would have been good too. You know, we have Deanston 10 PX, and I just thought, is the PX the right thing? Where these are all going to be Oloroso, aren't they? So who knows? Anyway, we've got plenty to get through. Nurse Dave, word on the street is the publicity of Springbank by Whisky Mystery is the main factor in price increases. I'm feeling slightly guilty about it. In case we have influenced anything doubtful with our readership. Okay, Teddy. I threw some Longrow 14 down my sink. That's how much I liked it. Oh dear. Okay. You guys are all chatting. I'm just looking for any orange tags now. Donna Pass. Okay, off to work. See you all on the replay. Well, we'll see you in an hour, Tim. Or maybe the replay on the next show. The next show will be under the other link. It won't be this one. I think we're all caught up. Okay, let us go off and do our homework because we're going to have to take this slow. I thought we might use Ben Nevis as a baseline. We have a first sip on the Ben Nevis to remind ourselves what we decided was a fantastically balanced sherried whiskey. And it's a lower ABV. It's still 52%. Have a little sip. So this is going to be our benchmark because at 275 for this one, it's cheaper than the crazy auction prices. Oh yeah, it's not totally overpowering sherry, but quite funky. Quite a bit of sort of apple fruit with that one. It's quite funky.
Dirty.
It is dirty, but so complex and interesting. Right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We will see you at 1, hopefully with some sane notes to walk us through what we're going to be getting. You'll be able to watch us stumble through because you'll know what we're drinking. See you at 1. Bye for now.